how much should you expect your system fees to increase year over year? And this is a huge tactic of the SaaS mafia to come in with these crazy increases, whether it not only be in prices, but maintenance fees. So kind of to break this down, a lot of times vendors like to say, well, it's inflation. Okay, well, inflation is about 3% in G7 countries year over year. Usually on average, we're looking at a price increase for SaaS platforms anywhere between 8 and 12%, which obviously is like 3 to 5 times higher than just general inflation. So how are you as a business to make sure you're not being taken advantage of in these SaaS fees? The first thing you're going to do is take a little trip to Shrinkification Station. All right, and this is going to start by mapping all of your SaaS systems. Is that fun work? Absolutely not. Is that hard work? For sure, right? Is it necessary work? Absolutely, to make sure that you're not in a system where you're duplicating spend and efforts. Just hear me when I say this, you cannot negotiate what you cannot see. The next thing we're going to do, and you're going to do this for your on-prem systems, even if they're old and junky and crusty, you're going to pull those master services agreements or all of those contracts and you're going to read them word for word, because there's going to be a clause in there that tells you how much they can increase maintenance fees contractually year over year. I recently had a client that was looking at a new system, decided to stay with the legacy provider. Legacy provider was feeling all high on their horse, like they were going to get some big money out of this, and said, you know what, I'm going to have to increase your maintenance fees 20% this year, which they had done in years prior. My team does what it does, read all of the contracts, saw in there that contractually they cannot increase more than 6% year over year, or it's a breach of contract, which they had already been doing to this customer. They will blatantly lie to you. This is going to be how they make the most majority of their money. Okay, any SaaS company is going to be making the most in revenue when it comes to increasing year over year in these SaaS fees. So watch out. The last thing we're going to do is diversify your portfolio. Now, this can look a little bit different depending on what you got going on. If you're spending 7 figures plus with a vendor, stop negotiating tool by tool, okay? Start negotiating a master agreement. This would look like caps on annual increase all in, discounts consistent per each business unit, and any sort of carve outs if they change the platform on you. The next thing this is going to look like, if you have all of your eggs in one tool's basket, you're going to start to look at diversifying that, right? Whether it's smaller tier 2 systems, whether you look at getting an MES, you don't want to be locked to one massive SAP or Oracle, okay? This is so important. Like, just to give you an idea, over the last 2 years, on average, companies have spent 25% more per employee on their SaaS systems, even if they didn't increase their stack. They are absolutely taking advantage of you, and you need to be ready for it.